Dear friends, good afternoon, dear friends. It's again me, Ivan, Financial Jedi, and today we will talk about cryptocurrency. As the previous week was very interesting in crypto market, there was a burst of emotions, and I would be happy if you would name one of the key crypto news received this week. Who can tell me which crypto news this week, actually last week to be exact, over the last 7 days to be exact, the news over the last 7 days actually stressed us all. That is a crash of Bitcoin, huge drop due to huge drop of Bitcoin, and my partners and users of Smart Portfolio were a bit stressed. But now, in all the chats, please answer one question. How did you feel when you learned that it is dropped? Give me one if you felt scared about your assets. Give me two if you got excited that you have a possibility to buy assets cheaper. So one, if you are scared and you are afraid and scared about your investments, and two, if you are glad to have a chance to buy these assets cheaper. So in the Russian chat, I see that the majority are twos. So we have mostly twos, and only Tom doesn't care as he has no money to invest. Okay, congratulations. You are more investors. You are sharks rather than hamsters. Do you know that on the market there are both sharks and hamsters? And hamsters are small, greedy investors who lose money on any market. It applies not only to crypto market, but to any market where they are present. So there are poorly trained investors, newcomers, people with no experience, and they are called hamsters, whereas those with some experience, with the understanding, they are called sharks because the sharks hunt for hamsters. So, and a large player, an intelligent, knowledgeable investor will always outcome or outbeat less experienced one. Well, let's explore why it happened and the reasons. So the first part of this webinar is the overview of crypto market news. Then we will analyze our product, our portfolio, and I will answer the questions. Okay, give me 1 second. I will start sharing my screen. Here it goes. Okay, hope that you can all see my screen. I will hide my notes and let's have a look what is going on the crypto market. At the last webinar, I told you that quite likely there will be another growth, but in all my webinars and personal meetings, I always repeat the same simple thing. You must always have two scenarios: when the market is growing or dropping. And those who were getting ready for the decline, they could buy the assets cheap here at this level. And should the market go up, you may take your profits. But what happened actually and how it could be explained? Many analysts expected the third wave of growth, and many reviews and outlooks included this drawing. And actually, this drawing may look like this afterwards. And please understand that no one can predict with 100% certainty. And everyone clearly understands that crypto industry at large grows and develops. If you look at intraday chart, then the overall trend of getting more expensive is retained. This is the change in the price on crypto market against the previous period. Here, the price is growing percentage-wise. This is how it looks like. So in absolute values, the actual price of the crypto market, but when you look at such a chart, you may not see the zone, what was here, and whether there were any changes in this over this period. But in percentage-wise, in this case, you see how the price changes, and you see that it is dropping, but the overall trend that the market is getting more expensive. And it's natural that everyone expects the further growth here. So in mid-term and long-term perspective, the market will develop. And what are the drivers of this? Today, there is a lot of news that regulators in different countries start introducing digital currencies, central bank digital currencies. Do we have anyone from the United States here? Could you please give us one if you are the citizen of the United States or Canada? Those people who live in the States, in Canada, do we have such people? And today, by the way, I received one piece of news. I will read it out, actually. The US Congress heard there was a hearing about cryptocurrencies and the future of cryptocurrencies. US Congress is one of the most important authority in the country. And this Congress was attended by the representatives of the largest crypto companies, representatives of Coinbase, so the CEO, FTX, and other companies. And in particular, the FTX exchange head, Sam Bankman, said to the members of the government that the global financial system is outdated and does not fit its purpose of money transfer. The crypto industry may improve the life of many people, and the number of people globally having no access to banking services illustrates how unfair the current financial system is. Cryptocurrencies potentially may address this challenge. And after the meeting, Sam wrote that the meeting or the session was very productive. Congress session was very productive. And actually, this is quite good, positive news for crypto industry. And indeed, the meeting was announced in advance that it's going to happen and what is going to discuss there. And that meeting was attended by the heads of the exchanges. And I'm sure that there was someone representing Binance, some officers from Binance. And there are a lot of other pieces of news about El Salvador over the last few months, introduced its cryptocurrency in its country. Visa intends to facilitate the development of crypto industry. A lot of companies already have cryptocurrencies in their accounts, and so on and on. And all them and most people clearly understand that crypto industry will grow, and everyone is hopeful about this. And imagine that over this period of time, here, there will be some local correction, and everyone expects growth. Many people expect this growth, and the likelihood of growth is higher and higher. The lower this chart gets, the higher the likelihood is. And what will professional traders do? Indeed, they will expect the growth and they will make orders to earn on some growth. Everyone expects this growth, and accordingly, everyone is hopeful about the growth of cryptocurrencies. But large holders and players such as exchanges, they see that many people get a loan, a leverage, and try to make a lot of money. And there is a lot of money inflown into the crypto industry over the last 6 months. Since the time of this correction adjustment, cryptocurrencies, not the overall market actually grew up, but this is the chart of the overall market capitalization. If you look at the chart of Bitcoin in particular over the same period, you would agree that it only a little bit exceeded its peaks. So what is the percentage? What is the growth in percentage? What we had at the start of the year, and Bitcoin grew by 6%, than it was 6 months before. If you look at the market capitalization at large of all the cryptocurrencies together, then there are the peaks. And now you see that there was another peak and there was 16% growth, which means that the market increased almost twofold rather than Bitcoin. And all the people are expecting a follow-up growth. And let's compare it with a bus that goes to a specific destination, and the destination is the best life, and everyone would like to board this bus going to the destination called my best life. So everyone tries to board it, and put pluses if you all want a better life. And imagine that this bus is crowded and the doors could not actually close because there are too many people. And what would those other passengers that are inside this bus would do? Because until the doors are closed, the bus will not start. And therefore, I believe the solution here is to get rid of those excessive passengers to be able to start the bus and go further. And everyone is expecting for the growth up. Everyone understands this and everyone is getting ready. And there are people who understand what is going on, but there are hamsters, as I call them, those hamsters that would like to hype. So there was a growth, everyone would like to make money and etc. And this abrupt drop happened. This is the reflection of the situation on the exchange. So the chart you see reflects the situation on the exchange. The majority of people who suffered because of this, they were traders who borrowed from exchanges, they used leverages, they set stop loss. For instance, he opens position here, expecting that Bitcoin would grow. To say a person enters the market, he sees some adjustments. Wow, great. So then there are some bars, or there is the level of support, some levels. It dropped here and here, and at this moment, he makes an order with the expectation to grow up. But to protect himself, he sets the stop loss. And in case the price gets down, his position will close. And if a person is a risk taker, then the stop loss will be set lower, here, for instance, and he expects to earn a lot. There are those who never set stop losses, but most people set up different stop losses. In case the chart drops down here, the transaction will be sold. And the squeeze means that people set up a lot of stop losses, and in fact, the exchange sees this and understands this. And since the crypto market is easily manipulated, for instance, Elon Musk said that he would buy Bitcoins, and Bitcoin grew up. And these abrupt squeezes over one day, abnormal ones, this is pure manipulation. And accordingly, all those people who set up stop losses were at loss. And those who were smarter, more intelligent, and who understand the situation better could win in this situation. But again, I continuously tell everyone, the lower it drops, the more you should buy. Why? Because there will be the growth again. It is the matter of time. When? And we may come back to quite recent situation. For instance, if I take you back In September, there was this specific number, then there was a drop and a growth. And the current price, should a person buy it at the peak, he would actually lose. So if he bought at this point, so he would be at loss, then would earn some profits. And give me a second, I will delete all these extra things we don't need. And what happens? The exchange sees the people ready, see that the people are ready for growth, and takes an opposite action. So there are a number of people who know much more than we do. And please note that as soon as the squeeze happened, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days passed, and you see that the market is starting to grow. And this drop again started to grow. Therefore, the growth scenario is not denied, is not cancelled because of one reason, because there is a vivid overall trend for cryptocurrency market to grow. And no one knows the situation for the next week. It may grow abruptly or softly, or there could be another sharp drop. So according to some estimates, the Bitcoin's price may Fibonacci, here there is this parameter. Then it may drop up to 38,000. It was here until this chart, then there was a decline, a drop to this zone. I will enlarge it for you to see it better. And this is the overall growth. And then we apply Fibonacci and we see that approximately in this zone there was a drop. Then we dropped to this zone, and there is a likelihood that it will drop further. Yes, there is such likelihood, but I think the lower we get, the higher the likelihood that it will not drop but grow up. And after that, some other peaks will be hit. Therefore, those partners who bought smart portfolio over this period, when Bitcoin's price was 67, 63, 68, the most important thing for them to do, what they can do, is to buy more assets on Binance right now. If you see a minus in your account, then top up your Binance account with extra funding and buy additional assets while there is a so-called discount. Those who bought smart portfolio late September, early October, even in the context of this decline, they are still making some profits. Less profits, but it is the profits. There are some people who bought smart portfolio in September and they still see a surplus in their account. If we have such partners, so please put it down in the chat. What is your gain? Those who bought smart portfolio in September, in early October. Smart portfolio, and if you see a positive result. If we have such people, so in the chat, please put down which gain you have in your account. compared to the period you started using this product. And those partners, it means that those partners who will start using this investment tool will get more benefits. So there is a partner from the Spanish room, and Marlene Zamora, and the partner still sees some gain in his account. Do we have anyone who uses the smart portfolio in the English-speaking chat? Well, hopefully it is clear what is going on in the crypto market. If it is clear, put a plus in the chat. And now let's explore what may happen, and just in case something happens, either it starts growing, the market starts growing or dropping. If there is the continuation of the drop in cryptocurrencies, we may top up our Binance account. The lower the market drops, the more beneficial it is to enter this market. It is more beneficial to buy a smart portfolio and invest in crypto. If you have people who don't invest in crypto or keep some money, some funding on Binance and do not monitor the situation, then smart portfolio will help them to distribute their funding among top 100, top 50, top 30 cryptocurrencies and make money. And the lower the market is, the better it is for you. You don't need to sell your apartment to buy a smart portfolio. If you have not enough funding, you may buy Bitcoin or our Cryptounit on our Unitex exchange. You may buy Bitcoin or altcoins. So there are a lot of different coins there. And wait until this money grow up, and you will accumulate some currencies expecting for the growth. And you know, sooner or later, the market will turn back, and those who are getting ready for this will earn quite good, because it is expected, maybe not by the end of the year, but in January, February, it may actually hit another peak. Bitcoin may hit another fit coin of $100,000 US. So someone writes down that we must buy CRUs. Let's come back to our strategy, corporate strategy of our company in crypto industry. After selling smart portfolio since August, we are selling these product licenses, smart portfolio licenses, and a part of the buying price is invested into the smart portfolio, corporate smart portfolio. We have our test wallet. I will enlarge it for you to see it. Look, we have such a test account where we invested 2,400. And please note that there is growth, drop, and another growth and drop. And what is the likelihood of another growth wave? If you expect another growth wave, put 5. If you expect that there will be another drop wave, put me 3, give me 3. So your expectations, either growing or dropping. Growing 5, dropping 3. It's clear that tomorrow there may be another drop, but in the near run, I see that most of you So at least 3 people in the English speaking room expect further growth. Within a month, the market may reverse, but the same question, but the period, the horizon will change over the next 5 years. Again, if you expect that crypto will get more expensive, then give me 5. If it will be dropping, give me 3. And this is the reason why you need to buy Smart Portfolio. So Smart Portfolio is the medium-term, long-term tool to invest in crypto market at large, not the specific token or currency, but at large. And everyone clearly understands that it will cost a lot, and Smart Portfolio will allow you not to take care actually or to monitor which token will be more expensive tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, or which tokens may disappear from the market. This product will do it on your behalf. Let's come back to this chart. In August, we deposited 2,400 into the Binance account. This is our test account. Unfortunately, we are still fighting with Binance to open a corporate account. So we have cryptocurrencies, but we may not deposit them into the corporate account so that it is legitimate, and so that we may report to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and we need to open a corporate account on Binance. And we still cannot do it because due to some reasons, Binance audits us and requests the scans of our bodies. So it's very scrupulous in examination. And since our company is very complicated in structure, we may not be verified to open a corporate account. When you are an individual, it's quite easy. A passport and your address of residence and confirmation of your phone number, and that is done. Someone is asking, where can I get information about Smart Portfolio? All the webinars, I believe about 10 international webinars, are available on YouTube channel. In the back office, CRU back office, there is a tab, Smart Portfolio, and there you will find learn or read more. And there you may click it and you will be referred to the bunch of videos made. So all the webinars are open. There is a lot of information of any type. Don't be lazy, study more. Go to the back office, to the tab. Yes, it will take time. And you know, even our interpreters use Smart Portfolios. I know for sure that some of them use it because they understand the beauty of this product. Is this true that Binance hired the ex-CRU agent? And I haven't heard of this, but what do you mean hired? The question is not understandable. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. So under the laws of any countries, all the companies dealing with money are to be compliant with some laws. First of all, anti-money laundering and anti-corruption acts. And for these purposes, exchanges share information with law enforcement agencies about those clients that are suspicious. Therefore, if you are a law-abiding citizen, you are compliant with the laws, you have nothing to be afraid of. But when you ask a question, you are hesitant and you are scared, then I have a question. Do you have the reason to be scared about? Do you hide something? And you know, the best way to hide is to be vividly seen, to be in the public. And therefore, I am not scared of any checks or audits because I am fully compliant with the law. Why should I be afraid? They would come, they would audit me. I'm not in violation. I'm not non-compliant. So I meet all the restrictions and requirements. Let's come back to our spreadsheets. Look, we deposited 2,400 on the 12th of August, and on the 11th of November, there was growth in crypto market, and accordingly, our portfolio had a higher gain compared to a gain today. You see the drop, but we still gained something. As of today, the capital growth, and since the period here is 2 months, no, 3 months, and here 4 months passed, and in this line, there is this compound formula, complex formula, which shows the specific period of time, the 11th of November, and the growth rate, monthly growth rate. And in this month, it was 12.05%. So now the period is longer and the result is smaller. And the capital gain reduced as well. But at the same time, the monthly growth rate is 3%, which means that our 2,400 grew since October to December with the rate of 3% per month. This is including capitalization. Put 0 if you don't understand what I'm talking about and you still need further explanation. Is this figure clear to you? I mean, this 3% growth rate per month. If something is not clear, give me 0 in the chat. I will explain it again. Look, initially we invested 2,400, whereas now in our account we have 2,693 on the 9th of December. If we calculate the growth rate, how can you do it? 2,400, this is 100% at the beginning, and now we have in our account 2,693, and this is 112% compared to the original investment. So you divide 2,400 by 2,693 and multiply by 100, so by 100%. And this way you get this percentage growth. So 2,400 multiplied by 12%, that is the difference. 2,400 multiplied by 12%, and we get $288. 2,400 plus 288, we get 2,688. roughly. So the growth rate is 12.2%, and we get this gain of 292.8. But this is the actual growth, what we had at the start and in the end. But how can you estimate the growth of the speed of your growth? So, for instance, 10% a month. In case we have 10% monthly growth, there is such a calculator of complex interest percent. So percent by percent, 2,400. In this case, 10% growth rate per month, it will generate 240. And in the second month, so we add this amount to the original amount, and this way the capital is growing. And if you use, or if you take into account 10% growth rate, the story will be like this. If it is less, it will be slower. But the usage of this compound percentage or compound interest, and this way our capital grows. If we simply use 12% in this calculator of the compound interest, this equals to almost what we gained. We will get the figure, the number we have now, but this 12% was earned over September, October, September, so August, September, October, November, and December. So 12.2% was earned over 5 months. 12.2% earned over 5 months. Put 5 if you understand that the overall growth rate of 12.2% was earned over 5 months. 12.2 divided by 5 months, we get 2.44% a month. 2.4% a month. To be exact, the 12th of August and the 9th of December, let's round it until 5 months. No, not 5 months, 4 months. Sorry, apologies. It was my mistake. So 12.2% to be divided by 4. And we get 3.05% a month. This is if we divide by 4 months. But if this 3.05 will be indicated here in my calculator of the compound interest, 3.05, 4 months, we get 2,626. 2,626. So we receive a different figure, a bit different. Why? Because 3.05 in the first month, this is one number. In the second one, it is larger. In the third one, it gets even larger. And in 4 months, we have $2,626. The compound percent is less than the actual. Why? Because the same result when you add the specific figure every month. So when you add the same figure every month, and then you will get the number we expect by the specific time. But if we add the compound interest, the compound percent, then it will be higher. Okay, I will try to explain it this way. Look, if our original investment, initial investment is $100, and every month we add to this $100 10 US dollars, and we will do the same exercise 10 months. How much will we get in the end? How much will you get in the end? Please give me the result in the chat. We will get $200. If this is your additional investment every month without the compound percent. But if you use this compound interest every month, so you increase your original investment by 10% and add this earning every month, then our $100 10 months after will turn into $259. There is a question when the summary webinar is expected, New Year summary webinar, on the 19th of December. So if we add it without the compound percent, so you will get $200. But if you use the compound percent, you will get $260. And this is the so-called capitalization. Hopefully it's clear now. If it is clear, put a plus in the chat. If it is not, put a minus. If you simply add 10%, then it makes up $10. And then you add $10 every month over 10 months. But if you apply the compound percent, so you will get more. Okay, great. If every time we add 10%, then the first scenario, then we may sum up all these 10%, 10 by 10 makes 100. And if you add another 100%, you get 200. To make it clearer, I will do the following. 12 months, 10 and 10, and we get here, we get 220. If you simply add $10 extra every month, which will make up 120% growth. Every time when we add another 10% without capitalization, 10% of the initial investment, and we get 120%, $100 to be multiplied by 120%. And if you do the same 10% with capitalization, with this compound percent, then 12 months after, we get $313. But 10 months of 10%, this is 120, but with capitalization, it makes up to 113%. If you estimate as such, 213 to be divided by 12, you get 17.7%. And if we do the same here, we get 10%. Once again, I will repeat it. Look, we estimate 10% of the initial investment with no compound percent, then our earning in a year will be 120, and this is 120% of our initial investment. But if the same 10% is estimated, but there is the compound percent applied, it will look this way. And if you apply the compound percent, then every time, every month, we add a bit more. And our profit or our gain over the year will be 313. And should we want to estimate the rate, the growth rate of our money, of our capital invested, in this clear, and in this case, it is clear 10% growth rate, but then it is not correct to use 10% because as such, on average, every month, our capital grows by 17%. 17.75 every month, we get 213 US dollars. If every month you add this amount, this percentage of the original investment, and plus the initial investment, so 213 is our gain. And here the gain is 213. And accordingly, 17% is the same to 10% investment with compound percent. It may seem difficult from the first sight, but hopefully you will find it clearer now. Do you understand that 10% without capitalization, gain in 10% without this capitalization is eventually gives you 120%. Give me 10 in the chat if it is clear. But if you apply the same 10% but with the compound interest, then we get more than without the compound interest. If you understand that when the compound interest is applied, it is much better, beneficial, and profitable, put plus in the chat, please. But for us to understand that this is, you know, like the story of, this is theory, but in practice, how can you reflect this in practice? In practice, you may guess correctly how much it will be. In practice, every month, we did not add 10 or 11, but in case every month we add 17.75% every month, we get the same result as if we add 10% with the interest rate. Capitalization, this compound interest rate, capitalization is when you do not withdraw your gain. So there are some bank deposits with this compound percent, or the number of Bitcoins. You bought them at one price and the price is growing. The number of Bitcoins does not change, but the value of these Bitcoins changes. And you understand when you estimate that over 12 months, our capital grew with the rate of 10% every month. Our first scenario. And eventually we gained 120 because every month we added another 10 US dollars. Whereas in the second scenario, there was the growth rate of 10% with the compound percent. But as such, the capital grew at 17.75% a month. If it is clear, give me 17 in the chat, or 7. 17 or 7. If it is still not clear, give me 0. Stefan, great to see that now it's clear. Okay, if we don't understand our compound interest, compound percent, we know the initial investment only, the initial amount. How can you estimate our compound interest? We know that before it was $100 and it turned into 213. When we know the percentage, we may estimate the final result, but actually you can estimate it quite quickly. So the overall capital growth is 12%, but 12% is the overall result over a number of months. But how can you calculate? And the calculation is to be done either to select the right percentage, so more or less, and the compound formula is here. It is embedded into the spreadsheets. And over this time, why the percentage changes? Because the value of the asset changes and the period. There are two variables, the timing and the current price of the cryptocurrency. And if you invest 2,400 with 3% per month, 4 months after, you will get 2,693. So 2,400 and 3% here, 4 months after, I will get the amount a bit more than that here, actually. In the end, at the end of the month, it will be 2,700. There is this error because some days are left. And 4 months after sharp, we will get 2,700. And it is the same, but here there were 3 months and 3,364, which means over the 3 months, it should be 12.5%, the compound interest. Then 3 months after, it will be 3,763. Do you understand what this compound percent shows or means? Put a plus if you do, and if you don't, put minus. Okay, so then we may conclude that on this date, our investment had this growth rate. At this point of time, the growth rate was like this one. These are the exact results, but as you see, in different periods, we had different values. And thanks to your meeting, the second commandment of a private investor, keeping your table of income and expenditures, and since smart portfolio diversifies, and this is rule number for. And since you have some financial plan, you may build and you will see the percentage. And if you meet all this, and as you see, the smart portfolio still has the gain, more or less, but it is a gain. With some partners, it may be at a loss initially, but this is temporarily. And on average, here we have a figure of about 7% a month. Please tell me, do you want your capital to grow at 7% per month with this compound interest applied? If you do, put 3. If you don't, put 2. And look, if we don't touch this money and subject to the same scenario, 3 years after, instead of 2,400, we will have 27,000. There will be 10-fold increase in 3 years if you do nothing. And it will continue. This is the money and how it may grow. And you may always withdraw it as it is located in your Binance account. It is liquid. It is not frozen there. And you earn 1 year after 5,700. And it is much more than the price of the smart portfolio license. And this is how it works. And I'd like to tell you as well that this strategy is not the best one. Why? As here we have top 30 and rebalancing is done every 30 days. If you set rebalancing every 7 days and you use the strategy of top 100 cryptocurrencies, your result will be much better. In your back office, again, you may find the spreadsheets, you may complete, you may fill in. I will open and show it. A similar spreadsheets can be found in your back office. Give me a second. I will get to my back office to show it to you. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, put it in the chat while I'm busy with opening. In case you have any question, please put it down. Do you want to know what is happening to CRU price? Look, in the back office, at the bottom, you will find this light blue link, the spreadsheets to account for the performance of smart portfolio. It is available in different languages. You may select and make a copy. So copy these spreadsheets into your Google Disk. You will not adjust anything. First of all, make a copy, create a copy onto your disk, and then in a similar way, you may indicate the date, the second column, the money invested to your Binance account. The first line is the price of the smart portfolio license, and the second line, the money invested onto the Binance account. And then it will indicate your total investment, the value of your capital, and you may account for all of this. I will give you some information. I will repeat again, in the back office where the product smart portfolio is, at the bottom, you will find this light blue link the spreadsheets or the table to record the performance of the smart portfolio. There you will find the links to all our webinars in all the languages. There is a link to the instructions on how to work with smart portfolio. Don't be lazy. You have everything needed to have liquid and high quality investments. And I believe you all see in the chats that some people are complaining a lot and they are disappointed. But why are they disappointed? Because they don't see and cannot use what the company offers. Here you are. So you complain about the assets being frozen, but here are the unfrozen, defrozen assets. You may use them and start learning and exploring. Let's come back to our exchange. There is the good news, and there are pairs, USDT pairs, Bitcoin, Ethereum. There is a pair, Bitcoin, USDT, Ethereum, USDT, or there are Vaxi, Uni, EOS. All these tokens could be bought and kept here. If you have no money for smart portfolio, you may buy these tokens here. They are all the tokens, all those tokens from top lists, and they definitely will earn a lot. So Uniswap is a token of the decentralized exchange. VAX is NFT platform on EOS, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's clear. So please use it. And why did we do it? We did it because in the near future, we plan to get the liquidity from other exchanges. The charts and the prices are quite abnormal. And to make it more compliant with the market trends, USDU, all the pairs are kept, Bitcoin, USDU. Do we have the history of trading in Bitcoin? We do have it, but it is very different from what is going on the market. But you see that it doesn't look like I showed you, but in general, it's similar. The more people trade in exchange, the better it is, the higher the liquidity is. Then there is demo exchange. At the bottom, you may open a demo account. It is called exchange.playground.unitex.1. And here in a test mode, you may play and trade. And this platform will be developed as well for you to get some experience. And it will be used for trading, for testing and practicing the strategies. If you look at our token, CRU USDU, on our exchange, we will do it this way. Intraday chart. Our token, CRU token, what is happening? I noticed that there is the reverse toleration. When Bitcoin dropped, when Bitcoin grew up since the end of October, the higher the Bitcoin is, the more people sell CRU tokens to transfer money to Bitcoin. There is such a trend. And there is another trend. Many users received a lot of tokens and they sell them because they have a lot of them. And one of the 5 top accounts, every month, it sells 300,000, 700,000. So earning $1,500, 1,000, 2,000 US dollars a month. Is it a bad earning? But this is one of the leaders. Actually, he's not a leader, he's an ex-leader of our company who received a lot of tokens, and now he simply sells them aggressively. Look, from the first sight, the picture is not quite fancy and appealing, but those who understand that you may exchange this into the tokenized security in blockchain, now you may get what can be exchanged into a more expensive asset, and this token allows you to mine other tokens. And those who understand what is going on, they will buy it. I will give you an example. The chart of Bitcoin. And let's get back to say it is 2017. Doesn't it resemble our chart? Do you see any similarities? If you do, give me 7 in the chat. If you see that it is a bit similar, so give me 7 in the chat, please. Do you see any similarities? If you do, put 7. And I have a question. I bought Bitcoin since 2017, 2018. It dropped down, and I bought more and more, and it dropped even further. I bought more, then it grew a bit up. I bought here, at this point, I bought them. And then I bought many times here. I was buying Bitcoins, investing quite a small amount, $100, $200, and now I sell Bitcoin. And what do I buy? Can you guess? Now I sell my Bitcoins. And what do I buy instead? Any guesses? CRU, someone says. Or someone says Ethereum. You are right. I buy Ethereum because its potential is higher. I buy other instruments. I buy CRU. Why? Because you must buy what is underestimated. And why it was so cheap here? Someone actually sold it because many people underestimated the technology. There was no company, and now everyone says Tesla bought it, Apple bought a lot of Bitcoins, and here the news is that Bitcoin, the news was saying that Bitcoin is a financial pyramid, whereas now many banks have transactions in Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin when no one believed it, in particular legal entities and governments. So they want their people not to buy it. And today, no one believes our token. Why no one believes in our token? Do you have any guesses? Most people do not believe in it. So there is one explanation. A few people know about it. Who knows outside? In our community, everyone knows about CRU, but other people outside, they don't know. Meanwhile, it is not in circulation. So it is in circulation because it is converted. Some people say that very few people know about our token. People don't understand what it is about. Please tell me if you know 8 rules of a private investor. Put 8 if you know by heart 8 rules of a private investor. If you know by heart. Only Jogan? Okay, Ravi Kumar. Good. We have another partner. Sydney. I will test you. Tom, what is rule number 5? Give me rule number 5. Put it down in the chat, please. So only a few people put down 8s, but in our chat, we have 27 people and only 5 people know them. Out of 27, these 8 rules of a private investor are known by people, by 5 people. Yes, always keep investment discipline, Jogan. That's right. You are right. And Tom, you are wrong. So look, this book is my ABC book and it is always on my table. And I followed this investment discipline and set aside 10% and always invest. I bought CRU shares on stock market. I followed all the rules of a private investor, and therefore I have this result. And I always stress, should you know these rules and apply them in practice, then you will have the same result. Tom, you must brush up. And I am really happy that token is sold, CRU is sold aggressively because I can buy it cheaper. And what is the price of the business account to be opened on blockchain? Can you give me the number, please? The price. What is the price of the business account to be opened in our blockchain, on our blockchain? 10,000. 10,000 USDU, $10,000, but not $10,000. It is 10,000 in CRU tokens. So $10,000 equivalent in CRU tokens. Actually, CRU tokens equivalent in dollars. And what is the price of CRU token today, by the way? For me to pay for my business account in CRU tokens, $10,000, I will need to buy over 1 million CRU tokens. But if our business account, in case the CRU token grows in price, quite recently it was a bit more than 1 cent, then it will be 833,000 CRU tokens, which means that I can pay $10,000 today or after. And when is it better to buy tokens? And when is it better for my business to open a business account? So what is the best time to buy tokens? And what is the best time to open my business account? Any guesses? Okay, so it is the best time to buy it is now, to buy tokens. And imagine that our token gets more expensive. 14, so 1.4 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents. And then it may cost 3 cents. And accordingly, if I buy my CRU tokens at 10,000 US dollars in equivalent, and I will have, in case I buy my tokens now and wait for a token's price to grow to 3 cents, so I will spend 333,000 and 730,000 will be left. And if you multiply it by its price, you get 21,914. Look, now I will buy 1 million CRU token and then wait for the price to rise. And believe me, there will be quite a lot of such guys like myself. If you are a businessman, if you understand what investing is, he will buy gradually, and I buy 1 million tokens, and sometime after, when I open my business account, I will have 21,914 extra. So the business account will be actually free of charge for me, and I will actually earn on this. And then I can use these tokens to buy UNTB and to do ICO, and I will open a business account to make money. And actually, it's almost free with no investments. And the more expensive the token is, who will earn more when the token grows? Those who bought when it was cheap, or those who would buy when it is already expensive? So who earned more? Those who bought their Bitcoins this year or 2-3 years ago? Put 1 if you believe that those who bought it this year are luckier, or give me 3 if you believe that the luckier are those who bought it 3-4 years ago. Indeed, here we have 28 people in our language chat. Altogether 200, and 200 people each invests $100. So each one, if buys tokens, we will buy approximately 2 million tokens. If we buy tokens at 20,000 US dollars, so we have 200 people in all our rooms roughly, and each one invests 100 US dollars. And then the price will go up to approximately 0.01112 if each of us invests $100 to buy tokens. And did you hear a story that at the start of the year, traders made a pool and one major player was outbidden on the exchange and the company almost went bankrupt? And imagine if every month you earn, thanks to Smart Portfolio, to say through Smart Portfolio you earn 317 and you withdraw $100 to invest into crypto token. Everyone will earn by using Smart Portfolio because there is an overall trend of growth on the crypto market. And then if each of us buys CRU tokens on our exchange, how fast can we push the price of CRU token up to $1 US? look, to push it up to 10 cents. So I think 10,000 will be enough. Okay, so I see that we are running out of time. So are there any questions? If there are, I will answer them. We have one in the Italian room. People buy a smart portfolio and don't know what to do next, which steps to take, how to connect the API keys. They have euro in their account. Should they exchange this into US dollars? At the webinars, I gave you the instructions. Please watch it again. First of all, before you buy the smart portfolio, I stress it, before you buy the smart portfolio, register on Binance account. And in another few days, there will be Huobi Pro available. So I don't know whether the US can work in Huobi, so check it. Belarusians will do it. And first of all, we address it with the exchange. So you connect to the exchange, transfer your money, and it should be in USDT in spot wallet. You set it up, and in the back office, you will find the you will bind all these instructions and the verification on the account. So first of all, registration, then API keys, and here you will find these instructions, short videos, what to do step by step. Buy the package of smart portfolio, registration on Binance, instructions to create API keys, the work with the spreadsheets, I showed it to you, the function to sell portfolios, so short video tutorials, and Binance registrations, API keys, then buy smart portfolio, then set up the strategy and go and drink your coffee and enjoy your life. Do we have another question? There is a great question. If I have a Binance account, but I have no smart portfolio, can I sell smart portfolios? Guys, look, for you to make money through the partnership program, you don't need to have a smart portfolio and a Binance account. You simply use your partnership link, referral link. Our IT guys are busy with the back office. They're taking care of the landing page, and you may earn money for smart portfolio and exchange. And in the chat, I shared the information about the contest, which was actually launched 1 day ago or 2 days ago. Those partners who are active sellers of smart portfolio, you may win 10,000 CRU tokens. Give me a second, please. Look. On the 18th of December and the 6th of January, the results will be evaluated, and those who sell over 10 smart portfolios in their first downline wins 10,000 CRUs, and those who will sell 10 packages until the 6th of January will win 10,000 CRUs. And at the same time, selling the packages So under the partnership program, you will earn from 800 to 900. If you sell 10 packages, then you will earn from $600 to $900 already earned through the partnership program. And this money could be invested to Binance, and there you may buy the smart portfolio and develop it. So you are free, and this is a great product. And if your partners, friends will buy it, you will earn, they will earn, and you will be said thank you, and they will learn what smart portfolio is. And after that, you will tell them about CRU and Eversend and about all the rest. And everyone knows about Bitcoin, and it's difficult to tell people about other currencies. So actually everyone wishes to invest, and this is a great tool to make money. Okay. Package smart portfolio. What is the duration? 1 year. So read the description. And we try to do it maximally available to you. Thank you for the meeting. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. So let's put 5 in the chat. It will be our clap of applause to our interpreters. And you know, I always appreciate their work because they are the main bridge for you to understand what I'm saying. And let's thank them, everyone. And use the scale from 1 to 10 if today's webinar was of value. 10 if you like it, if you learned something new, if you managed to understand something better. And I see your 7, so it means that we must help them. So ask your questions, and now please give me 12. Tom, you guessed it correctly. If you want to buy a smart portfolio license and make money on crypto market, if you already want, so if you have free capital to do it, then do it. If not, then sell these smart portfolio licenses to others, make money, and make money with them. So thanks a lot, and may the financial power stay with you. Bye-bye.